Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair. I'm driving down the highway, gonna do this my way. I can feel it in the air. Here I go.
From the Magic Kingdom. We are back here behind Gaston's Tavern this morning and we are having one of the famous cinnamon rolls for breakfast. It's actually the same size in this shot as the tiny little door over there. We're just going to grab this, I would say a quick bite to eat. We're going to like work our way through this mountain of cinnamon roll this morning. We are going to have a really relaxed day here in the Magic Kingdom. Yes, we are. A really relaxed day in the Magic Kingdom. We've already been on the Main Street vehicles, and what a way to come up Main Street. So we've been on the Main Street vehicles, taking some pictures at the castle. We do have Genie Plus today, and we have a lightning lane for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. For those of you keeping count, the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train individual lightning lanes were $10 per person, and Genie Plus was $15 per person today, so not a super expensive day compared to previous days. So we've got a few things on our list. The first one's already checked off, which was the Main Street vehicles. I'd like to ride Astro Orbiter in the dark.
I want to ride Jingle Cruise.
And I think we want to do Buzz Lightyear as well, and everything else is going to be a little bit of a bonus, but we do have Genie Plus, so I'm hoping that we'll get on almost everything today. And I am going to tuck into this massive cinnamon roll. This is what I talk about when I talk about the Disney details. Where does this tiny little door go? Who's the little tiny door for? They didn't have to put a tiny little door back here, where almost no one ever comes, but there is a tiny little door here. So, the burning question that's on Ross's mind is what?
The flowers in Gaston's Tavern. Why would Gaston have these flowers? It does not seem like somebody did flowers. So, who put the flowers in? And close I can understand, not flowers. These things weigh heavily on my mind.
Burning questions.
Yes.
Who put the flowers in the flower boxes in Gaston's Tavern? Answers on a postcard. Funby Harbour House, which does include fried shrimp. We made it cold from a couple of videos ago. I have a phobia of shrimp, but it is fried, it's in batter, I can't really see it, and I'm considering trying it. The things I do,
Better you than me.
I can see enough of it. I can see enough of it. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna get rid of the retail thing, that's freaking me out. Oh, I can't even get that.
Oh yeah.
Okay. We have just come off Big Thunder Mountain Railroad and we're over here on the most underused and underrated areas in the Magic Kingdom, especially in the afternoon when it's hot. We're over on Tom Sawyer Island. So if you don't know, you can take a raft just from the Frontierland area that you can see behind us. You can jump on a raft and they will bring you over here to Tom Sawyer Island, which is a little network of caves and fortresses and bits to explore.
Wobbly walkways.
Wobbly walkways, rope bridges, all that sort of thing. So we'll go for a walk around here. It's a really good place to come, usually, in the afternoon. It's usually pretty quiet. It's a nice little refuge from the crowds in the parks. So we'll go and check out what's on the island. Sit down in the hop of grass and things are getting very dramatic in the skies around Cinderella Castle. Also, if it is going to get very windy, I'm in the worst possible type of top because there's going to be a series of Marilyn-esque moments, which is where the similarities between me and Marilyn Monroe firmly end. We are back in our secret hiding spot over here in Storybook Circus. It did rain for a little bit, but it wasn't very heavy, it wasn't very long.
Just cooled us down.
Yeah, and it took the temperature out of the air completely, so I am going to guess that in a few minutes, once the sun goes properly down, it's going to get a little bit chilly, because you can already feel it's not as warm. The rain has cleared that out a little bit.
Yes.
So we're having another sitting down break back here in Storybook Circus. There's one thing we probably haven't talked about on these videos yet, and I think it's impossible to talk about coming to Disney without talking at least a little bit about it. But in the Magic Kingdom in particular, unless you're incredibly lucky, you are going to encounter some of the rudest behaviour. I'm not going to say rudest people because I think it's behaviour rather than people, but you will encounter some of the rudest behaviour in any of the Disney parks. I think, is that fair to say?
It is. I can say a lot more, but I would go on a long rant and it would get pretty heated. So I'm just going to say yes, you're correct.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know what it is about this particular park. I don't know if it's just, this is the park where people have the highest expectations of having like this incredibly magical, stress-free experience, and when they get here, it's not how it looks on television, because on television there's no one else in the park and there's three roaming characters and that kind of magical experience is here, but there is an expectation issue, and you can tell because people are coming in everything planned to the exact minute, and when those plans start to come off the rails, which they absolutely will, it's Florida, it's unpredictable weather, it's unpredictable tempers, these things will happen and people start to melt down. But for some reason in this park particularly, that manifests as people pushing other people. I mean, the number of times today alone that people have put their hands on me is just unlike, and it's not a new thing, it's not a post-pandemic thing at all. This has always been the park on every trip that we've come here on. This has always been the park where we've seen people have the most meltdowns, we've seen people berate cast members. This time we're seeing people like abuse the parks a little more. There's a lot of littering, there's a lot of ride vehicles being trashed, but there is a lot of pushing and shoving and a lot of tempers about to break, and we were just talking about this, you can actually see why you see those videos online where people get into fights here, because inevitably one big group is going to come up against another big group who doesn't just grumble about it and then moan on camera about
yes,
it.
they hit back.
They're going to come up against somebody who's going to push back or who's going to say something, and that's why we won't be watching the fireworks from the hub this evening, because it feels like it's headed for that type of day. I don't know, I've never known truly what it is. I don't know if it's expectations, I don't know if it's heat, I don't know if it's just sensory overload. There's a lot going on in the Magic Kingdom, there's a lot to see.
I think you slightly touched the subject of things go awry.
Yeah.
I think at that point then it becomes forced fun on their kids, on themselves, and inevitably it goes wrong.
Yeah, it's almost that I have paid X amount of money to be here, you will have fun. A lot of that does come out, but yeah, just when you come to the Magic Kingdom, you might be really, really lucky and you might not experience any of this, but my advice to anybody who comes to the Magic Kingdom is pack your patience, get yourself out of situations that are starting to look like they're unnecessarily heated.
Find a bench.
Find a bench, find a wall, come to Storybook Circus and sit on the wall round here, where you can see a lot of people taking time outs as well. So I don't know what it is, but I have noticed it today. I have been pushed a lot today. A lot of grown men pushing me, which I don't like. But we'll have a little break, then we'll go in search of snacks, because I've not had a snack in at least an hour, so that'll help with the patience when I'm being pushed if I've had a snack. Science. I'm so sorry for the super close up. It's very busy here at Casey's, but I cannot pass up the opportunity to show you the way Ross has to sit.
Is this what the big kids table feels like?
He looks like he's either eaten or drank something in Alice in Wonderland that he should have known better about. The seating is interesting at Casey's corner, and we're at a high table where I at least have a stool that kind of matches the height. Clearly Ross does not. The day we dread is here. It is our last day. We have just checked out of our room for the last time. Had a little cry, not gonna lie. We've checked out, we've just had breakfast for the last time in Captain Cook's. But the fun's not over yet. We are going to go to Disney Springs. We're going to go and do some shopping. We're going to see what snacks and treats and beverages I can acquire in Disney Springs in just a few hours.
It is a bit windy, so we're not sure if we'll get up on the road or not.
Yeah, I'm keeping my fingers crossed that we can finally check this off the bucket list and go up in this balloon, but yeah, it is a little bit windy outside, so we'll see what's happening when we get there. So we're going to go to Disney Springs. We've left our bags with Bell Services. Interesting thing this morning though, when we tried to refill our mugs with breakfast, because yes, I am the type of person that has Coca-Cola with my breakfast, they weren't working. When we asked the cashier about it, they said it was for 14 days regardless. So at that point we hadn't actually checked out, so he did very kindly reactivate them for us so that we can still use our mugs here on our last day. So that's all sorted. So we're going to go and wrangle with Disney Transportation for the buses one final time, and we'll show a little bit of Disney Springs, take a little bit of walk around there. Thankfully it's clear skies today, so we won't get rained out, and I will go and deal with my emotions by shopping. We've just finished lunch at Deluxe Burger. How was your burger?
The burger was nice. It was nice and juicy, but I was not entirely enamoured with the fries.
Yeah, I liked it. It was fine. It was a really, really juicy burger though, so as with all juicy burgers,
It makes a mess.
it makes a mess. It really, really makes a mess. Bring your hand wipes if you're eating it at Deluxe Burger. And that is our last Disney meal of this holiday. So we're headed to the bus stop. We're going to get on the bus back to the resort, take one last, hopefully relatively leisurely stroll around the resort, and then it'll soon be time for pick up to the airport.
Coldplay on repeat, watching people on the street as I go by. got to go, and I'm gonna hit the road tonight. Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair. I'm driving down the highway, gonna do this my way. I can feel it in the air. Here I go. Turning up the stereo in a place I didn't know till now. In a different part of town, I see new colors as the sun goes down. No, it doesn't even matter to me where I go. Just feel I need to take a ride. I don't know when I'll get back. Keep on going and relax tonight. Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair. I'm driving down the highway, gonna do this my way. I can feel it in the air. Here I go. I'm not heading for the stars, driving down this boulevard tonight. Yeah, playing Coldplay on repeat, watching people on the street as I go by. Now my wheels in motion and my